Good morning. Welcome to the third lesson in our My Formula app series. Yesterday, we learned that we could look at a particular cell, in this case C7, and we could actually tell it to do something. We could tell it, I want you to look at cell C4 and add it to whatever's in C5. And it did that. It gave us the answer in C8. Now, if we want to look at how we did it, we can always come up to here and we'll see the formula that we entered. It started with an equal sign, C4 plus C5. We can also see that by double-clicking here, but then we would have the chance of accidentally editing it and messing up our formula. So the easiest way is just to do a single click and see what we did. Now, we found that we could do a lot of cool things with just the operators: addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. We could even square a number by multiplying a cell by itself. We could cube a number by doing it 3 times. And that's all well and good, unless I want to do something like multiplying a cell times itself 327 times. That could get pretty cumbersome, and I might lose count. Well, the wonderful thing is that in our Google Sheets or Microsoft Excel, there are hundreds, if not thousands, of more complex formulas that will let us do things that would just be too cumbersome to do by hand. And we're going to learn some of those today. Haven't already looked at the pages 8 through 11 in today's lesson, please even pause the video and do that now. All right, I'm going to assume that you have looked at those sheets. So you see, number one, that we need to be very precise, that typos will mess us up, that even putting the wrong number of spaces or the wrong punctuation will just cause a formula to not work. Also see in 2 pages formulas that we're going to use today. I will do the first one for you, and then we'll let you see if you can find and do the rest of the formula. Let's see if we can get everything we did yesterday to happen again using a formula that we actually write rather than just using the little add, subtract, multiply, and divide symbols. I'd like you right next to each thing you did yesterday to fill in the cell with a color. Now, if you've never filled a cell in with a color, that's pretty easy. You just click on the cell you want to fill in, up here to the paint bucket icon, click on it, and decide what color you want it to be. Oh, I think multiplication ought to be bright green, so I click on that, and there it is. If I change my mind, I can simply click another color. If I say, I don't think I want it there at all, I can click on reset. That's pretty easy to do. All right, let's go up to our first function that we did yesterday, where we had the sheet add 2 cells, and we're going to see if we can do that by typing in one of the formulas for pages 11. It is the first formula. Now, always we start with equal. That says, hey, pay attention. You're going to get some instructions. We're going to type the word sum in capital letters, S-U-M, because, well, the answer to an addition problem is a sum. You notice that we have a pop-up box with lots of different kinds of sums. You can ignore those for now. Just realize that there are hundreds, if not thousands, of formulas that you can use and may come in handy when you're doing your final app, one for yourself. All right, we've told this cell, pay attention. We want you to create a sum, but it needs to know what we want to create that sum for. We do that by first entering a left open parentheses. That's right above the 9. I just did that. Now it's saying, what values do we want? Well, we want it to take C4, so I type C4, and I want to add it to C5, but I don't use the addition sign. I simply put a comma to say, yes, that's the cell I want you to use, and it confirms it by highlighting it. and then I say C5. And then I put the right parentheses, which is above the 0. It confirms my last cell, and if I hit tab, I have the same answer as I had before. I'd like you to do that with the 5 other functions that you did yesterday. When you're done, your sheet should look like this. Everything will have 2 answers. Second one will be in yellow, and when I click on that, I should be able to see what function you used up here in the function bar. Now, for extra credit, for those who think they'd like to do it, you might have noticed over here a couple little looks like numbers that are highlighted in blue. If you'd like to do this, you can get 5 points extra credit. This first looks like a number 1 and then just an up and down line. But if I change that 1 to a 5, my up and down line changed to a V. Wonder what happened. Let's change the 5 to a 10. Anybody have any ideas what's going to happen to the V? Some of you got it. It's going to change to an X. Looks like we have a function that will change our regular numbers into Roman numerals. For example, the year 2020, MMXX. You might try the year you were born to see what that looks like. This little function works all the way up to the number 3,999. It won't work below 1. It won't work above 3,999. So I'm not going to tell you what that function is. I'm not going to tell you where you can find it. You can go to Google and do a search for Google Sheets cell formulas. If you can find it and make it happen, it's worth 5 extra points. Hope you guys have a great day and a lot of fun.